Good evening. Welcome to the first DEI meeting of 2024. It's going to be a busy year. I'm excited. Okay. First up, let's go ahead and jump into the MLK Day of Service and Blood Drive because that's the big thing. This is all the materials left. I've done some dropping off, but not as much as I needed to. So if everyone could take a look at what we still haven't hit. And if your name is on a thing, if you've done it, if not, do it. Like I see my name's here on Cappy's, and I just did that today. So do the ones you can do, and if there are any others you can take, that'd be awesome. It is on the Facebook page. So that's about distribution. In terms of where we are with the blood drive, we currently have 15 people signed up, which is great, but I really want this. Oh, 16! That's another one! Woohoo! Was that you?
No,
Oh.
I signed up. I should be on the list already.
So you know what's interesting is my son signed up and it's not on here.
Oh.
And you're not on here either.
Okay, so I did the
It's all
step,
good.
which is like express your intent to sign up,
Ah.
and then I need to make an appointment.
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be, and everyone who did that should have received an email asking you.
Oh, I don't think I did.
Oh,
Okay.
I will
Because
send
I did
that out
yesterday.
again. Because everyone who,
who.
yeah, I did that, and someone went ahead and signed up. I wonder if there was an issue with the blind copy.
You sent them out, or they came?
I sent out everyone who signed
Oh.
up.
You did. I got one from you.
Okay.
What is the?
It's actually from Susan.
Okay.
December 13th. Is that when you sent them out? December 13th?
Maybe does it say thank you for your interest? Yep.
You mean this one here that says thank you for your interest in so?
Yeah, that
Now
one.
hang on just a second. I'm gonna follow it. We'll see what happens. That would be correct, ma'am. I'm gonna have to take one. Okay, cool. Noted. There should be 17.
Sweet.
Here
Look
in a
at us
short-
go.
Here in a short while.
It is on the city website, and I believe it's on the city website, city Facebook page. I dropped off donuts with information to both the fire department and the police department. I also went to Public Works, not realizing they were off that day, so the donuts went somewhere else, but I will hit up Public Works. I think I'm gonna have time to do that tomorrow. Because I want to get them on board if possible. I'm thinking about trying to find a way of doing a friendly competition between the departments. Maybe that would be an email to the heads of department. I don't know. I don't know if you want your boss saying, I need you to give blood.
Yeah.
Like,
Donate your bodily fluids.
you know,
Right.
so we gotta think about that. I did hear some interesting pushback, and I just kind of want to share with you guys. Some people expressed feelings like that they weren't sure that the blood drive was a way to honor MLK. And they felt that this was not a great idea. They had a couple other ideas, which I thought were interesting because there are already things that we do. One was highlight Black-owned businesses in Norwood. My plan is to do that again in February. Also talked about volunteering for organizations. They suggested Black organizations, but since this is a Norwood effort, I wanted to keep it focused on Norwood. And we're reaching out to businesses and agencies that impact everyone. And we don't have any organizations in Norwood, to my knowledge, that specifically work with Black population. So the other was suggesting doing volunteer things, food pantries,
Which they're on our list.
which we're also doing as the day of service.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also did a suggestion for the library about doing a project there, but I'm pretty sure that the library also is doing something.
Mhm.
So I just want to let you know that this is not, some people have different feelings about it.
That's okay.
The blood drive is representing the day of service, right? Not Martin Luther King Jr.
It
Himself.
is. It is in honor of MLK. And actually, Hoxford, this is their biggest blood drive of the year, is for MLK Day down at the Freedom Center. Throughout the country, there are blood drives in honor of MLK. Not just was he a civil rights activist, but he was also huge into social service agencies.
Right.
For me, I feel the need for blood products is, I would say, disproportionately needed in the Black population, and specifically in terms of like sickle cell anemia. I think it's 100,000 people in the country have sickle cell anemia, and they need constant blood transfusions. And sickle cells, like almost exclusively, impacts people of color. So, and also because of their different blood compounds. Anyway, so for me, I think trying to get more people to donate blood. And also Black folks to donate blood, because Black folks need blood. And there's some, I'm trying to think of what the not the chemical compounds.
Yeah,
I'm not a scientist.
Right. we had a blood drive at work that was specifically to ask folks of color to donate for sickle cell specifically, and I have seen that term and I can never say it properly anyway when I do remember, but yeah, it's very important. And we have our blood drive opportunity, and for folks who can't give, or a lot of people don't want to give or are squeamish about it, the other opportunities exist as well, as you just mentioned. So
yeah,
I think
I'm sorry. Did they have specific criticisms of the blood drive, or did they just think that was all we were doing based on the email?
this was this was a couple different people. They said, and I believe this is a quote. Do you really think this is about MLK and he wants us to donate blood? I think this is in bad taste. So much blood was shed during the civil rights era. I think there are much more meaningful ways to honor, place to give back and support, food pantries, clothing offer.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting, and I can appreciate the blood being shed during the civil rights. Absolutely. For me, it's about supporting our community forward, and that, and for me, that is part of honoring his legacy. So I want to acknowledge that not everyone is going to agree. Not all Black people are going to love this idea. Not all white people are going to love this idea. Some people hate the idea of blood drives altogether. Some people don't use blood products. So I want to be respectful that not everyone agrees with this, but I do want it known that we have thought about this, and this was not done without some research into it. So yeah. I did have it emailed. It's sent to Xavier. They're going to be sending it to their the folks working on their MLK efforts at Xavier, and get it on the off-campus social media. I've had a couple businesses share it with their staff. So if if you have a friend at Paycor, you could send it to them. Oh, there's the porta potty people that you said are here.
Yeah, Rumpke, yeah.
Oh, Rumpke.
Yeah. Portable toilet division. Yeah, I can see if there's a contact I can.
Yeah, so I'm just sort of random. I'm sort of just sending it out and saying if you could post and share with your community, thank you so much. So it's sort of casting a really wide net of both, city employees, city workers, city residents, and people who work in the community. Shireen and I will be at the blood drive all day.
Mm-hmm.
And Pam Mullen will be there as well. She's the commissioner of the Board of Health. And I know you're out of town, Miss Royce, right?
I am donating at 11:45.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
You look at that number jump up.
Did it?
No, I'm repopulating.
Okay.
There we go. 17.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I can email you guys every day and just let you know what the number is. I'm not going to be relaxed until it's about 25.
Okay.
I really want all spots filled. So whatever you can do to help me do that.
Cool.
I'm probably not going to sign up until the end, and I'll probably do the very last spot.
Okay.
Because I might be useless afterwards.
Totally fine.
I'm a napper after my blood draws.
Awesome.
All right, and then in terms of the day of service portion, we do have some folks who have signed up. We have volunteer opportunities at Baby Bear, the Woven Oaks Food Pantry, Norwood Together doing their welcome bags, Dress for Success, and the New Vision Missionary Baptist Church working in their food pantry. They have like a grocery giveaway twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So these are opportunities Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So if you're like, oh, I would love to do that, but not on my day off. Well, hey, you can spend a couple hours at Dress for Success on Wednesday. And so we would love to have you. We'd love to get that going. I did leave another message for Salvation Army. If you recall, Captain Cleveland left, and so there's a new person in that position. Left a message, haven't heard back yet.
Okay.
So there's a possibility we'll have another slot opened.
The day of service opportunities are available where to the public?
It's
or
on the city website.
on city
It's
website?
on
Okay.
the city Facebook page, and it is in the flyers that we'll be distributing.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And then in terms of the day of service, I will be confirming with all the organizations a few days before. Everyone should be getting their Sign Up Genius reminders. My family and I will just sort of wait and see what spot needs support, and that's where I will sign up. If we get it really, really full, then I can just kind of pop around and see how everything is going. Yeah. I think that's it for that. You guys think of anything else?
Sounds good.
All right. Next. What do you want to talk about next? Okay. We can talk about the mound next, the Norwood Mound. I met with Tyler Swinney, who's an archaeologist, anthropologist who works at the museum center. And he's also the tribal liaison. And we talked about the process, gathering really good research for getting a historical marker for the mound. He gave me a ton of fantastic information and some really great contacts. I already got the historical book about the mounds. Really, the more I read about this, the more impressive it is that we have this fully intact mound. They were scattered throughout southwest Ohio, 200 years ago, before we got here. But when it started to become settled, oh, good evening. Come, hi, have a seat.
How you doing?
Come on in. Good.
You Wayne?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to listen to you.
Oh, okay. Welcome. talking about the Norwood Mound.
Okay.
We and most of those were destroyed. The vast majority of them. In fact, there was one in downtown Cincinnati on Mound Street. That's how it got the name. And that was called Sentinel Mound. And that was from the 1790s, and it was destroyed when they were putting in roads. But they found so much prehistoric relics, I suppose. So that is a very precious thing that we have here. So we really need to do everything we can to make sure that it's protected, as well as we encourage people to go check it out because it's really pretty special. At the same time, but the mound is located in Water Tower Park, where there are two giant water towers. Those water towers are now offline, and they're going to have to come down at some point. So while they're figuring out how to take them back down, we're going to have a really nice space up there, and we can do something really special to connect with the mound. And we talked about maybe doing like an observation deck, because that is the highest point in the area. So if you stand right there, you can see all the way down to the river, downtown Cincinnati. It's really pretty nice. So we could really make that a destination point, and have maybe like a story walk that would go towards the mound where we can look at the mound. So there's some interesting opportunities there. So and this is going to be part of the Parks Committee. We'll be discussing this on how they're going to do the park piece of it. But then we're going to work on the historical marker piece of it. Susan Daniels with the Historical Society, she's going to work with me to do the application again. That won't be due until the spring. Great. We'll try to get it done in the next couple of months.
Are you challenging yourself to find as many articles about our mound as you did about Marsh Park?
That is probably not going to happen.
There was a lot of information there.
Well, this is prehistorical, so
Right.
So
maybe some tablets somewhere.
Right, do not. I think like 3 books exist.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll take it.
Yeah. And they're really old books. It's really kind of cool.
That's cool.
The other thing that we're going to be charged with is connecting the affiliated tribes. What I think is interesting is so the people who made these mounds, we call them the Adinas. That is not what they called themselves. We don't know what they called themselves, but the name Adina came from a settler who, that's what he called his land. You know, like I could have called mine Somerset, right? So that was what the name of his land, and that's where they found the mounds, and so that's what these people, that's how we refer to them. So I think it's just important to know that that's a colonialized name. So those people left 2,000 years ago. So the affiliated tribes would be the indigenous people who came after them, which would be the Shawnee, the Miami, the Eastern Shawnee, the Peoria, and the Osage. The 2 primary ones would be the Shawnee and the Miami. And the Miami, they're now the Miami Nation of Oklahoma. The Miami Tribe of Oklahoma. And then, so quick history lesson for those of you. So in my husband should be doing this. The Greenville Treaty of 1795. So most people know about the Greenville Treaty. That's basically when I'm trying to be factual and not opinion. Basically, there was a massive cessation of lands of Native people to the leaders of America. And then that led to the Indian Removal Act of 1830. And then the Indian Removal Act, everyone knows, that's when everyone was pushed out of this land. So that's where the Miami were all sort of along the water. I'm awful in pronunciation because it's not really Miami, it's Miamia, which means followers of water, I believe. So they were all kind of from the Great Lakes and then down the Ohio River. So anyway, so they were all pushed out to Oklahoma. So they were here, the Miami tribe was here, but now their headquarters, if you will, are in Oklahoma. But from a historical perspective, they would be the closest stakeholders to the mound because they are more indigenous than we are to that. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So we need to connect with them and try to have them be a part of the marker process.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. I'm jumping all over the place.
That's fine. We're following.
Want to talk about Marsh Park?
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah.
So I have been in touch with Ryan Borgman, who is with Borgman Athletics.
Yes.
And it was funny, I emailed him today and then he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for the delay." I was like, okay, cool. And I told him I could take pictures and send them to him this weekend, hoping that we have a little bit of sunshine, but he's like, the one pad that we think might have been a restroom, he's like, which ones do you want? I was like, I think we're going to leave that one alone for now. Let's just focus on what needs to be done with the concrete on this one. He said, depending on its repair, it could either be repaired or we might need to redo it completely. So I don't have any numbers yet, but we are chatting, and he's got 2 other people copied on here. So they are already very responsive, and it's very, very cool. So that's all I have. But
That's very
I'm excited. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like, oh my god, cool. He responded. I didn't really expect to hear back at all, just because it was too good to be true. It's just like all this information was just right there that you gave me. So we shall see, and I'll look as kindly as I can and just let them know what we want to do as a community, and perhaps we know what we can, maybe some price ranges and what we can afford. But
Exactly.
we've worked together obviously before, so there is some recognition of us being a city and working on a tight budget. So yeah, that's all, but it's progress.
Fantastic. I've done nothing on grants,
Totally fine.
and yeah, the community garden. Did we talk about this at all last time? That there are some community members who are interested in moving forward with the community garden,
Yes.
and that they are in contact with Civic Garden Center, who's going to act sort of as an oversight to that. So nothing, no breaking ground or anything like that, but they're looking into where in the garden, where in the park would work the best. They have to see, there's some trees that were planted, so they have to see if where they think it would be best will work with the fall foliage or the spring foliage.
Speaking of, we're gonna have bulbs this year, right?
We're gonna have
That's freaking awesome.
I
can't wait to see that.
daffodils.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
That'll be very cool.
Do you know about our daffodils?
I don't.
Okay. Do you know about Marsh Park?
No.
Okay. All right. We're going to talk about Marsh Park just for a second. So Marsh Park is a park in Norwood that was created in 1923, essentially as a way to keep Black people out of Norwood. There was an elderly Black couple who'd been living in a house they were renting for many years. They bought land next door and hired a Black contractor to build a home. And some neighbors found out and were unhappy with that. They came to city council and they said, we do not want a new growth settlement, and brought forth petitions, 1,721 signatures. And city council found a workaround. They declared eminent domain, took the land, paid the family, a lawsuit ensued anyway, and they leveled land and put in a park. And that was on Marsh Avenue. That park still stands today. It's a very small, cute little park, but that is, I'm sure you know, that is something that happened all the time in the 1920s, not just in Norwood. It happened in Manhattan Beach in California. It's happened in Detroit. It's happened everywhere. And one of the things that's important to me as a Norwood resident, as a woman of color, as a mother of Black and brown children, and friends, and I'm married to a white man, that these are stories that we need to know, we need to tell, because there are choices that people make that have these really profound consequences. And one of the things the DEI board is doing is acknowledging some of the historical challenges and current challenges, and what are we going to do about it. So we're doing some what I call reclamation work around the park, where we worked very hard to get a historical marker that tells the story, as well as we're doing some revamping of the park. It had some, the fence was tidied up, but we did a big project this fall where we planted over 17,000 daffodil bulbs.
1,700.
So, what?
1,700.
1,700.
Even though 17,000 is impressive, let me tell you, digging 1,700 holes is a lot harder than you think it is.
It was a long day. It was a long day. Public Works came, the community
It was
came.
great.
It was really, it was like one of those heart moments where you see community coming together.
Mhm.
It was really beautiful. So that's what we're talking about in the spring, to have the whole park in bloom. Daffodils is the symbol of rebirth and new beginnings.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah.
And 17,000 magnitude's the same to these.
There you go. I know. I feel like when we see them all blooming, it'll feel exactly the same.
Yeah, right.
Because it's going to be like, boom, so many of them, and they're inside the park, they're outside the park, so you can drive by, you can get a glimpse of it.
Mhm.
Hopefully they'll just all pop at the same time. It'll be really
I
cool.
know. I do have that nightmare of like one. Like we got a dud.
Well, nature is very interesting, so maybe we get one this year, maybe they all come out next year. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see.
So the basketball court is there's a small one basket.
Like is it a half court? I asked
It's
them.
not even a half.
I don't know. I
court.
asked them
It's-
for information, like adding another hoop. I'm very athletic, obviously. Another hoop there as well. So we'll
I
see what we
don't
could do.
I think that is officially considered like a half court.
A half court.
Where
Okay.
you would just sort of, that's where you would do. You wouldn't do like big games or tournaments or anything. It's just
Okay.
like
Okay.
that's my assumption is that probably there'd be some pushback about making it bigger,
Okay.
because it is such a small little neighborhood park.
Okay.
But one of the ideas is to revamp it, because right now it's a hot mess, cracked, plants growing in it. Having it resurfaced and then connecting with ideally Norwood students and having them help create artwork that we could do on the concrete. Thank you. That would be around those themes of connectivity and racial connectedness, that sort of thing. So, and then the community garden is also a thing that we're talking about doing in the park. Sweet. We'll make sure you know what we're talking about.
You're all caught up. You got it.
Oh, absolutely.
You sit over here next time.
No.
Yeah.
We know some people watch from home, but that doesn't help us feel like sometimes it's like we're just talking to ourselves.
We do that at home, so
Yes.
anyway. So.
Okay, let's see.
So community garden, and then whatever's next after that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, with the vacant board seat, we did have a couple people said that they were going to apply and then didn't. We do have one really great application in that I did share with everyone. I invited him to come tonight, but I didn't hear back. But now I'm feeling like we've got a whole lot of email issues. So I might actually call him tomorrow. And then the other part about the board positions is I asked Angela, who's the council secretary, to find out when we all started officially started because the minutes aren't online. And they were out, and I haven't heard back yet. So I think what we need to do at the next council meeting is officially, can we ask you to do this again for another year, Alexis? I think that's what I'm asking.
Oh,
wait,
to be
no.
on board?
No.
I would say I don't do minutes. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Or is your position a 1 year?
I think it was 2, but I started a little late because
Yeah.
Mr. Kelch stepped down. So I should have a buffer window, but we do
Okay.
need
Yeah.
to figure out when.
I
So
can
I'm
dig,
happy to do it again.
I can dig a little deeper in the
You
I don't know if I can find like our first meeting would be our start date, or the
No,
day we
it
were
would be
like,
when the council
Voted.
voted her in.
oh,
And
you
that's-
specifically?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because it was
okay.
for a 2-year term.
Right.
Um,
And then, Miss Ashton would be next because she's no, you're 2 year.
I think
Yes,
2
and
years. Yeah.
Ashton is 3, and we have the 1 year spot that's open.
Should we write that down somewhere? Or...
That's what we're wanting for
Okay.
Angela to get us.
Okay.
That's
So
the
so
council
she
secretary.
Yeah.
and she can do that. for us?
She should be.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. You were asking if I was interested in doing it again. Yes.
Well, you're stuck for another year, so never mind.
Wait, a whole nother? Oh yeah, was it 2?
Council secretary.
Sorry.
please.
I know. Yeah, we
I
need
have
to,
no
we
idea.
need
I
to
don't-
double check.
I
the
think I'm
ordinance.
2, and it was December of 22. 22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, and then I started
So
after.
we've just finished 1 year, and now I'm into second term.
Right.
Second term
Second-
volunteer
No,
position
second year.
Second
of
year.
your first term.
of my first term. Oh, fancy. Okay, seems very official.
I know, because you'll probably have another term. Maybe
I would
you-
be happy to have another term. Yes.
Okay. Oh, and then the DEI calendar. I did connect with someone on election day. Did we? I feel like we talked about this. Lovely woman who does graphic design as her job, and said that she would love to be of assistance.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have coffee with her and see if she wants to take over all of our.
Beautiful. Buy her the
If
biggest
you,
coffee
I would say
you
if you
can.
exist. Yeah.
I will be happy to Venmo you some money for a giant coffee.
Right? I'll tell you what, I'm getting so much better at Canva, but I probably spent, I don't know, 10 hours on that
You spend a lot of
MLK
time
one.
with the MLK one.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
If she's got the skills and the time, then
Yeah.
great. And
Yes.
yeah, and we will be very grateful. Yes.
Yes. All right, so that'll be on my list of things I need to do. And then I get actually this. I don't know what this falls under. Perhaps this would fall under agenda for next time. It's possible we don't need to do agendas because it's my understanding that this is a standing meeting, which is the first Wednesday of every month, right? So standing meetings don't need to have a published agenda,
Oh.
which would just takes a lot off of my plate because I'm always freaking out that I've forgotten something or.
And I can never find them, so that would be perfect.
Yeah.
So-
So I sent an email to Keith and Tim, the law
The same.
department, to confirm that. You know, I'll still try to have an agenda for us, but
Sure.
trying to get it out and published.
Is that something that we could send to, like, you could just send to our group instead of?
Mhm.
Okay. That'd be you can send it out, we just can't reply,
Can't
right?
reply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
That would be fine to have.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's overwhelming, then no. Like, if that isn't helping you
It's
alleviate
not
the
overwhelming.
plea.
I just need to remember to do it.
That's fine.
Full time. Like
Right.
you need to go.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Don't mind me asking, are the meeting minutes,
Actually,
are the
yes,
meeting
sir.
minutes published after each session?
They are not published right now. That's something that we're trying to get online. You can go back and watch all the meetings, which would be super fun for you. But all of those are online at the Norwood
Community television.
Norwood Community Television. They have a YouTube page and a Facebook page. I'm also happy to, if you give me a hot minute, I can send you all the agendas. Yeah, and I'm also going to chat with you about what we're doing. Yeah. We try to be we want to be 100% transparent. It's just a matter of technology and time and
They're there.
my brain capacity.
Sometimes they're not completely there, like
Right.
December's meeting minutes, which I just realized are only halfway done. But that's okay. We will fix it.
We have the first half of December minutes for you.
Yeah.
And that's something else I think that I'm going to ask Keith and Tim, again, with the law department, to come in after we have our full board back to do another, like a little refresh of the open meetings law. Again, no one here is trying to pull anything over on anyone. It's just a matter of making sure that we are all in compliance and doing everything we're supposed to do. I'm going to encourage that he does the same thing for the art board and the tree board, just because, you guys are public, you're not elected officials. So why would you know this? And it's something I'm still paying attention to and counting how many people are in the room every time.
Right.
Say something.
It's tricky for sure. And yeah, like definitely don't want to do anything we're not supposed to be doing. But
Right.
Just as you said.
Yeah.
Sometimes we make mistakes.
Sweet. Okay. So I guess I just would ask folks to take a look at the different social media flyery stuff. I guess those are flyers, not social media. And if there are other places you can think of, take them there. And or if you come up with new ideas, if you can't get there, shoot it out to me and I'll see if I can get there.
Okay.
Because I really want to see these everywhere. And actually, I was just at, where was I at? The Mound, and the Indian Mound Cafe. And she said she'd put one over every urinal.
Smart.
So yeah, so maybe we'll do
I
a
would say
blood
that's
drive,
actually-
day of service, blood drive. day
I
of
love when
Yeah.
they have those things like in bathroom doors.
Right.
Yeah.
It's actually like a wonderful way to spread information.
I
Yes.
absolutely
It feels
agree.
gross. But it's like,
Well, often it's
Paper in a
behind this
bathroom.
little
Yeah.
plastic.
I'm not touching it. I'm just reading it. It's like, don't
Use
take your phone in
little
there.
QR code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we did that at law school quite often, I feel.
Oh, that's
A
fun.
lot of
Yeah.
flyers ended up in bathroom stalls.
That's how I learned, like in college, what the appropriate timing for a nap was. It's like 17 minutes or something is the optimal time for a nap, so that you don't get like too deep into sleep, but you still feel refreshed. Those are always like during finals week and stuff. I think these like little
Yeah.
tidbits of so it sticks.
It does.
Um,
Fire, heart it was clear.
we don't need to meet again before the blood drive, do we? No.
No, as long as we just commit to.
I just
And if you need help with
Don't worry about
anything, just obviously feel free.
Okay,
Just reach out.
Just up the light up the flares.
Yes.
In terms of the calendar, since we're not meeting again until February, we need to figure out about those. What we did last year was the black businesses. Ooh. That would be one of my Google documents. Is that in the DEI folder?
I think it has a folder of its own. You said, tell me what are you looking for?
The black businesses.
Outreach resources.
Mm-mm.
Okay. DEI Maine has February Black History,
Yes.
March. Those folders, February Black History.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay, MLK Day of Service in Norwood. Oh, Black owned, yeah. Owned businesses. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't found it yet. Sure.
It's in the main folder, DEI Maine,
Okay.
and then February.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Oh, it says this file looks suspicious.
I know. I think it's just the links that are in here.
Okay. So some of these I know are still active, and some of them I don't know. Could we divide it up and just make contact to make sure. How many pages is it?
3 or 4.
It doesn't say. 1, 2,
It's 3, about 3.5.
okay. Everybody want to take a page?
Sure.
Sorry, I am not in that folder.
I'll take the first page.
I'll take the second page.
Just pick me a page.
I'm gonna actually push this hair kitchen down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. That sort of should be 4 or 5 on each one.
Should I move the L and S down?
Either move them, yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to close gaps on anything, but I think about 4 or 5 looks about right.
Okay. Here we go. Now I got it on 4.
And we're making contact, and what are we saying?
We're just making sure that they are still in business.
Okay.
Confirm the tagline, and I want to have a deadline, because what we did last year was we did those little social media posts, one a day or one a week of the businesses, just sort of like, hey, this is a new business. Oh, there's the new
The chicken and donut place?
no, but yes, no, the new Southern Eats.
Oh, yeah, Soul.
It's so
Is Soul
good.
Kitchen? Is that what it's called? Soul something.
Right before.
It's in Xavier. Or
In the
one. What's it
Oh,
called?
where
Southern
Graders
Grace
used to be?
Eats.
Southern Grace.
Wait, I follow her on socials, but I don't think I know exactly where she is.
It is. Do you know?
Yeah, it's,
know
where,
how
it's
that
by where
happens.
Graders was.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's so good.
Okay, so we want to promote your business during Black History Month.
Yep.
On our socials, Norwood.
I don't think the city did it. I think Susan did it.
Susan, she is fantastic.
Yeah. And then we had the
On
list
behalf, can we say on behalf of the DEI committee?
Yeah. And someone could create a DEI social media.
Oh.
Yeah, no, right?
That's
I
a
can't even
lot.
keep up with.
Well, are we allowed to for
Oh.
like city? 'Cause
I don't know.
sometimes like city pages are supposed to come from just the city and managed
But
by.
we're a board of council.
Yeah, I would not be the one to make that decision.
Yeah, I'll find out.
I think it'd be cool, like a nice place for people to go and see agendas or meeting minutes or things like that. It would also be cool to, like, if we have like a space on, like I see us on the calendar, our meetings on the calendar on the Facebook or on the website.
Mm-hmm.
But if there were like a place where like you could look at DEI like happenings on the website, that would be cool. Or we could do a social media
Mm-hmm.
page where everything can kind of live publicly. But those are some probably very tricky rules about
No,
that.
no.
So
I have. I will ask Noah when I meet with him next.
I love anonymous trackle.
It's pretty serious.
So funny.
Let's see. Southern Grace East.
So you both are going to do page 1 and 2.
I'll do page 1.
Oops, I'm adding one to the bottom.
I can take page 3. Do you want to take the last page, Sherry? Okay. Don't have
Or
to.
do we make?
Do we have that many?
Do we make?
There's 4 pages,
Ashton
actually.
do it since she's not here.
Oh, we should.
That's what we should do. Every time someone doesn't come, they get it.
Wait, let me
Yeah, let's make sure.
I'll remove
let's
some
make her do that.
spaces. Let me see if we can make it like Like I'll take Hair Kitchen back.
We play who's mine.
They're really cool though.
Hair Kitchen.
Okay, I put my name next to 4, and I feel like that's
Okay, that's fine.
They are all for like total 4 pages, right?
Well, my plan didn't work at all, so great. Yep, just take 4 or 5. My mom always wanted to open a hair salon called Worms and Perms, and it would be a hair salon slash
Bait
shop. Yep.
Smart.
Just because the name rhymes. I always love a good like hair it is.
Oh, yeah,
City
yeah.
up in.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I do love a punny name.
Yes.
Do you watch Bob's Burgers?
Oh yes.
I don't.
For the theme song, there's always like a new storefront next to their restaurant,
Oh.
and it has like names
Oh,
like
nice.
that.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's very, very good. It's important information to bring to public meetings.
Yeah, right. Obviously. I got a punny calendar for Christmas. Very. The first one was Happy New Year with a cat. And then
Here, wait, I'm doing this.
January 1st
There you
was sofa, so good, like a sofa.
Love that.
All right.
Love a good pun.
Are you anonymous Jackal on there?
I'm Stephanie on there. I'm not anonymous Jackal. Are you anonymous
I
Jackal?
should be signed in. I
I
thought I
see
was signed in as
two
myself. My
Anonymous
pictures.
Jackals. Is that you?
I see Penguin and Jack. Maybe I am one of them. My name though was like over on my
Oh,
account.
I
thought
see
maybe
anonymous
it is.
panda and anonymous jackal. I see you, Susan.
Is my name popping up where I'm clicking? I'm on Jay Robinson's Floral.
You're anonymous panda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you are.
There are worse things to be.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
for sure.
Okay. Okay.
I put my name next to the ones I will do.
Okay. So we are going to confirm. What are we calling? What is this effort? Black History
Black History Month.
Business highlight.
So just reply that the business is going still.
Yeah. Are you still running? Like I know.
Is there like what's your tagline? Is there something you like? Maybe we could say like
Right. So
you know
this is what your tag is. This is the information.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
like,
currently at. Is it still
20%
accurate?
off of blah 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 on February whatever. Something that you want to showcase. What is your service or tagline? Is there something you would like to showcase? Okay, cool.
All right. And then, just because I'm being curious, I want to see if we got any more donors during this meeting. Remember back in the day when like PBS had their telethons?
Mhm.
We'll let you get back to your programming as soon as we have 2 more. No, still 17.
Dang, sorry.
But I see you, Stephanie. Yay. Cool beans. All right.
Okay.
I think are we good?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Just let's take all of those,
Pass them out.
spread them around. If I got Post-it notes, you want to write down, because like some of them I think are really good for cafes. The foldy one,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the small purple ones and the 5x7s blood drive are great to like leave on counters, and then the bigger ones for putting them in bathrooms.
Cool.
What if the library will let me put one in the bathroom?
I don't
It's
see
in
why
the
not.
community thing, but
It's so easy. Like it's so simple of a place, and it's like not gonna like if you're like, oh, I don't want to look at another thing. Like it's in the bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
you can only look at it.
You're not doing much else.
You're not. Yeah,
I could just ninja bathrooms all over.
that's true.
I just can't believe I haven't thought of that until like today.
I know.
Like you forget how quickly we forget flyer culture. You know?
That's true. Well, that's true. Flyer culture is definitely different than it used to be. So, okay, are we adjourning?
Let's just confirm our next meeting. Make sure it doesn't run up against anything.
Very good.
February
Wednesday,
7th.
February the 7th, 6 o'clock
Please
here. I do wish we could do it more in a conversational way.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not at a loss for
This
words.
is fun.
I feel like this is fun. This is a heck of a lot more comfortable than where we used to be.
That's
so.
true.
The conference room does have a basement smell to it. No disrespect to this building.
No disrespect in the temperature.
It is a basement in a very
Yes. It's a very old building.
Do we have any public commenters
Yes,
from our friend?
we have public comment.
Public commenter, would you like to be identified as you're Doug, correct?
I'm done.
Okay, very good. Thank you for being here. Do you-
It's good to attend my very first meeting.
Okay.
We're actually new business owners in the area.
Oh.
What's your business
Well,
name?
were you gonna speak up?
Still being.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
guys.
Oh, okay.
Building next to, right down here.
Gordon, you bought the glass
Yeah,
building?
we did.
Wow.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we're actually in construction and trying to get everything up to snuff, taking our time with it, but,
What
Yeah.
is the business? What will the business be?
it's gonna be a salon suite / content center.
Wow.
Okay. I'm adding you to the business directory. However, it is just TBA.
Yes,
And
appreciate that.
Doug, what is your last name? Do you mind sharing?
Yeah, Menifee, MENIF as in Frank, EE. The
Menifee.
building is my wife's brainchild, so I want to.
Okay. Mrs. Menifee. Do you share? Would you care to share her name?
Yes, so, yeah.
Sylvia. Very good. Excellent.
Welcome to Norwood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excited to, we'll have to chat about, there's gonna be some big construction on Montgomery Road next year, but then it'll be amazing. It's gonna be awful, but then it'll be phenomenal. I mean, seriously, we're digging up Montgomery Road. It's gonna be awful.
It'll be.
Then, it'll be just like smooth as silk.
Smooth sailing.
Then you
Smooth
won't get
sailing.
to play in the car. Bounce your passenger out if they're sassing you.
Right, that's true.
And traffic
Pull
should,
over.
traffic should
Like in the
slow.
old days.
They'll see the business.
There you go. That'll be
Yes.
It'd
perfect.
be great.
Do you folks live in Norwood?
No. Well, my wife actually has she has a skincare line. So
Okay.
she has a location in Silverton
Mhm.
currently.
Excellent.
We actually live in Liberty Township.
Is it Peaches?
Sorry?
Is it Peaches?
So it's Skin by Rally and Co.
Okay.
Yeah, so right across from the post office in Silverton.
Scratch that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Endorsement for the wrong place. Excellent. I'm unfamiliar with how public comment should go, so I'm just talking to you. But if you would like to just speak, please do so.
No.
Okay, speaking of
He's like,
conversation,
exactly.
he's like, please stop talking to me.
Listen, so I appreciate you guys having me. So
Okay, yeah,
Thank
great.
you.
We're
And for
very
those
excited.
watching at home, hopefully there are a few, you're always welcome to come.
Yes.
This, you can participate in the things that we are doing here, even if you're not on the board. There is a lot of work and a lot of work to be done, and many hands make light work.
Light
Is that,
work.
is that the?
Is there, do we just have one vacant board seat, or if we, for example, had 10 people say we would love to be on, could we have a giant board?
I think the ordinance we passed, city council passed, set the number.
Correct. But we still need one more from the city. Which now that the new year is over, I'm gonna tackle with more
Big
activity. We have sent emails out, but I think we might need to do a little more shaking.
Sure. Okay.
is there a specific role for the outstanding position? Or?
So the board is divided into, we have 2 city council members, myself and Alexis. We have 2 city employees. Shireen is with the Board of Health, Norwood Board of Health. And then we did have
The HR
the HR director, and then he left. And so that position is still open. And then we have 3 resident positions. One serves for 1 year, one for 2 years, one for 3 years. So we can have that overlapping. And then I don't think there's a limit to how many times you can be on the board. So, yeah. So you'll have to move down. Move
You're-
out of the suburbs.
That's kind of, you said
come on.
Liberty Township you're at?
Yes.
That's kind of,
That's the suburbs.
that's kind of a hike, but
Yeah.
it's great here too.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Silverton, but
Okay,
yeah,
excellent.
just moved back and Liberty Township was available. So,
It's tough to buy property right now. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
although we do have a lovely home for sale on Rhonda Avenue.
Oh,
Just saying, it's 2 doors down from me, so be my
What is
neighbor.
it?
No
What's
connection
the-
to the realtor I'm assuming.
No, I don't. I just want good people. I have the best neighbors in Rhonda.
What's the, how many beds, how many baths?
2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1-car garage. There was this like wild overgrowth in the front. It's like a nice landscape now. There's a backyard. They have a fence. And again, you'd be my neighbor. So
How much?
that's it. $215, I think. Yeah. So Rhonda it's not the smoothest street, right? We're waiting in line,
It's
but we're
lovely,
at dead
Jenny.
end. We're never going to get paved. I know that. We're just going to have to
It's
slow down.
slower.
We're
Like
all the way at
20,
the bottom.
40, I think.
When Verrilman got paved, I was like, fine, I'm happy
You
with
were
that.
happy with
Yeah,
that.
that's my out to go to work every morning.
Yeah.
So, and we have solar speed like limit signs,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the tracker, like it showed you how fast you're going,
Mm-hmm.
which is very cool. But the neighbors are great, and we have a retired police officer on our street, so we always feel a bit safe there, and safe anyway. And it's just
Norwood's a very.
it's a great spot. We would love to have a bigger house, more room, another bathroom, but I just can't. You can't peel me away from Rhonda, so, and we can't afford to live. So, anywho, it's a good street.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I will
Yeah,
see
thank
some
you.
of you in a couple days and some of you next one.
Very good.
All right.
So, thank you for your time.
We're done, Steve. Thank
Adjourning
you.
6:56.
Perfect.
Wow, good work.